ஹலோ எவ்ரிவன். நம்ம சேனலில் மண்டேலேருந்து சாட்டர்டே வரைக்கும் அன்னன்னைக்கு கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் அன்னன்னைக்கு போட்டுருவோம். மண்டே மட்டும் சண்டே ப்ளஸ் மண்டேவோட கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் வரும். ஸோ சண்டே என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா வீக்லி கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் டெஸ்ட் நடக்கும். பண்ணிடலாமா? இதில் மொத்தம் 50 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்குது. கடகடன்னு ஆன்சர் பண்ணலாமா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட், த பிரதான் மந்திரி முத்ரா யோஜனா அஃபிஷியலி கம்ப்ளீட்டட் ஹவு மெனி இயர்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆப்ரேஷன் ஆன் April 8, 2026. ஸோ எத்தனை வருஷம்? 11 வருஷம். ஸோ April 8, 2015 வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணாங்க. ஸோ இப்போ 2026 வந்து அது 11 இயர்ஸை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணியிருக்கு. விச் மினிஸ்ட்ரி ஃபெசிலிட்டேட்ஸ் த மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அண்ட் அப்ளிகேஷன் ஆஃப் PMMY ஸ்கீம்? Ministry of Finance. In April 2026, the Sindhi version of Constitution of India was launched in which script? Devanagari and Persian script. Option B. Which state received the approval from the Ministry of Civil Aviation for new airports? Warangal and Adilabad. எந்த சிட்டி? தெலுங்கானா. ஸோ இதில் வந்து வாரங்கல் வந்து ஒரு சிவிலியன் மட்டுமா இருக்கும். அடில்டாபாட் வந்து சிவிலியன் பிளஸ் ஏர்ஃபோர்ஸ் ட்ரைனிங்கோட தான் இருக்கும். த ஆரோக்கியவன், the Forest of Healing initiative launched by National Highway Authority of India focuses on planting which type of trees along highway? Medical type of trees, so medicinal trees. On April 13, 2026, which union territory has granted district Aadhaar identification separate from Jammu and Kashmir? Ladakh. India officially withdrew its offer to host which international climate meeting in 2028? COP33. Cheetah Gemini gave birth to its litter of cubs in April 2026 at which national park? In the national park? Kuno National Park. Delhi government mandated the educational institutes must shift what percentage of student transport to electric buses within 2 years? 10%. Akim and Ahab that has signed an MOU with Deccan University, which is located in which state? Telangana. The fourth edition of a joint special forces exercise Cyclone 4 was held between India and which country? So cycloneனாலே இந்தியாவுக்கும் ஈஜிப்துக்கும் நடக்கிறது. Which union ministry initiated the Skill Outcomes Fund in New Delhi to bridge the employment gap for low income people? So எந்த மினிஸ்டர் வந்து இதை இது பண்ணாங்க? ஜெயந்த் சௌத்ரி. ஆப்ஷன் பி. The CEA approved 12,000 megawatt Kalai and 1,720 megawatt Kamala hydroelectric projects in which state? Arunachal Pradesh. Option C. Where was a permanent seismological observatory and a Doppler weather radar recently announced to be established? Enga? Kistwar and Doda. Ministry of Home Affairs directed the Border Security Force to evaluate the use of which animals as a natural deterrence at the India-Bangladesh border? Localized reptiles. India's first quantum test facility was launched on 14th April in which city? Amaravati. The Union Ministry proposed an eco-sensitive zone of 663.32 square kilometers around which tiger reserve in Karnataka? Kali Tiger Reserve. Kanji Videsh India Limited, Kabil, secured a lithium exploration rights in which country's Catamarca province? Argentina. Which organization laid out Utkarsh 2029 medium strategy for digital integration and currency modernization? RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Project DigiRupee focused on advancement of which financial tool? Central Bank Digital Currency. Who became a first BJP leader to be evaluated as such Chief Minister of Bihar in April 2026, Samrat Chaudhary. According to IMF April 2026 forecast, India's GDP growth is projected to what percentage? 6.5%. Human Cost of Terrorism exhibition was hosted by the Ministry of External Affairs in which international city? Washington, D.C. An Indo-Taiwan industrial park focuses on semiconductor is projected to be constructed in which state? Gujarat. Which international leader was re-elected as the president of Djibouti in April 2026? Omar Gule. SEBI launched which AI-driven platform for cybersec audit compliances? CSAC. அதாவது சைபர்ல இருந்து செக் audit compliances. What is the total corpus of a newly modified startup funds of Fund 2.0? 10,000 crores. Which digital platform was launched to automate horticulture subsidy flow directly to farmers via e-rupee vouchers? CDP Suraksha. The Delimitation Bill 2026 proposes to expand the Lok Sabha members of how many members? So, இப்போ 850 மாத்திரதா இந்த பில் பேசியிருக்காங்க. The Department of Post is signed an MOU with which institute to celebrate 131st birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? PMML. Prime Minister Museum and Library. ஸோ அவங்க கூட தான் MOU சைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. The Ministry of Labor and Employment signed an MOU with Boater and Gigi Technologies to integrate them with which portal? National Career Service. The Urban Challenges Fund UCF launched by Ministry of House and Urban Affairs aims to strengthen infrastructure financing of which vision? Vishit Bharat at 2027. What percentage of quota for women is provided under Women's Reservation Act, which was recently notified? 33%. Patent application filing in India is increased by what percentage in financial year 26 compared to 25? 30.2%. Department of Telecommunication and SEBI signed an MOU to combat fraud using which platform? Digital Intelligence Platform. The Andhra Pradesh government partnered with which centers to utilize satellite system to reduce lightning deaths? National Remote Sensing Center. Germany and India recently launched a logo to celebrate how many years of its diplomatic ties? 75 years. Prime Minister Modi inaugurated Sri Guru Bhairavika Mandira during his visit to which of the districts in Karnataka? Mysuru. Mandya district. India's first chip fabrication plant is notified as a special economic zone will be set up by which company? Tata Semiconductor and Manufacturing Private Limited. Who chairs the newly formed Artificial Governance and Economic Group? Ashwini Vaishnav. Which international group's first health working group meeting was hosted by India in 2026 under the theme Building for Resilience? BRICS ஓடது நடந்துச்சு. According to the IMF 2026 World Economic Outlook, India's GDP in global rank 6th. Who overtook Mukesh Ambani to become Asia's richest person in April 2026? Gautam Adani. The Water Forward Initiative, that targeting reliable water services for 1 billion people by 2030, was launched by World Bank. A new species of fossil reed snake, Calamaria garoensis, was discovered in which state? Meghalaya. Botanist N. Alim Yusuf won WWF award for developing an AI-powered app. Which AI-powered app? அந்த ஆப்போட பேர் என்ன? Neotape ID. The PM Vidyut Raksha scheme launched by Gurugram focuses on modernizing what? Smart grid infrastructure. World Chagas Disease Day is observed annually on which date? April 14. N. Ramachandran, who passed away, was the former president of which organization? Indian Olympic Organization. The theme for National Fire Service Day 2026 was focused on which of the following? Safe School, Safe Hospital and Fire Safety Aware Society. ஸோ அவ்வளோதாங்க இந்த 50 கொஷின். ஸோ இந்த 50 கொஷினுமே இந்த வாரம் நடந்த கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் பேஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கும். ஸோ இதில் ஒன்று தான் மட்டும் நான் சொல்லணும். என்ன அப்படின்னா டீலிமிட்டேஷன் பில்லை சொல்லியிருந்தோம் இல்லையா? ஸோ அந்த பில் வந்து ஃப்ரைடே வந்து ஃபெயில் ஆச்சு. ஸோ நம்ம அதை வந்து இனிமேல் மண்டே கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸில் கவர் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஓகேவா? பாய் காய்ஸ். இந்த மாதிரி டெய்லி கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் அண்ட் வீக்லி டெஸ்ட் பார்க்க நம்ம சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஓகேவா?